this week's Oris video review. I've got my regular offsider here, Warren.
G'day.
We're just going to go through have a little bit of fun today. Need to stress early, we do not recommend doing this at home, but we're going to pull an Oris apart. What are we going to do, Warren?
Not fully apart, but we thought you might be interested in having a look at the way the Williams three-piece case works and how it goes together, how the movement is held inside of it. So for today's purposes, we're pulling one of my watches apart, my favourite old team chronograph.
Thanks for volunteering your watch to be pulled apart, Warren.
Not a problem. First time I did it, I was really surprised and pleased at just how solid a piece this really is. You know, and it's beautifully put together.
Yeah, exactly. And it allowed you to have a closer look at it and really see how well it's been manufactured, how well it's assembled with all those components.
Right, so the first thing we're going to do is we will be removing the swing lugs and the bracelet from the case. It just makes it easier to access the case. So we'll do that now. We won't bother showing you that on this video because you have seen it before. Okay, so we've removed the bracelet and what we're left with is just the case, which if you like looks a bit like a pocket watch in a way. I quite like the Williams case, very chunky. Now, the first thing we're going to do is remove these 4 screws. Now, they are the ones that hold the case together. So we'll just do that. Always be careful you don't lose your screws. So now we've got the screws removed, we need to prise the case apart at this point here. There we go. Bezel removed. As you can see, it's an interesting design, the way they have the 2 halves fitting together. What you can see here down in this recess is your sealing surface, and that corresponds to this rubber ring you can see around here just outside the dial diameter. Now the back half comes away from the central movement holder as well, and that's at this point here. Rear case, again sealing surface corresponding to another rubber ring on the back, which you can see here. It's a unique little design and very robust. So here we have the 7750 movement, which is just a great chronograph movement. What we might do in weeks coming is to get Michael Presser to actually go through step by step, perhaps pull a few layers off and show you what's in there, and he can tell you about the different components and what they do.
That was great, Warren. Interesting process. Noticed a little bit of dirt in there. What should we be doing about that?
Well, the dirt you did see in there was really nothing to worry about. None of it got past the 2 sealing surfaces, which just shows how well that works. But where that really comes from is it's just the sweat and grime off your wrist, and it gets sucked in through the joins in the case really by osmosis. But it just shows how important it is to periodically have your watch taken in for a service so that it can be fully cleaned.
Regular maintenance is important of your watch, but like I said early in the show, don't try this at home. If you want your watch cleaned or serviced, take it to an Oris service centre. It's very important, otherwise you'll void all your warranties if it's still in warranty. So again, thanks for a great week, Warren, and I'll see you next week.
Certainly will.
Excellent. Bye. Do whatever you want again. What, the dirt bit? We'll start that whole thing.
Bit again. Yeah, I kind of stumbled there.
There's a little bit of dirt in there. See, now you're throwing me. That's great, Warren.
Okay, so the